Hi, welcome back to my channel, Cuddly Kaya. Today we're going to talk about the obvious unknown about you and your ShiChi. And that is, what kind of personality is that little puppy that is so adorable that's sitting right in front of you going to have? Before you adopt or bring a ShiChi into your home, you need to be educated on the personality traits, is what I'm concentrating on, of both the ShiChi and the Chihuahua. When I went to adopt Kaya, it could have been a great big mistake, but fortunately for me, it wasn't. However, I have heard on the internet and in my research from others who wish they'd known a little more before they adopted a ShiChi. Maybe because that particular ShiChi had a breed combination where one was extremely more dominant and they were hoping for the other breed to be the most dominant. So my first suggestion for you, so that you make your decision based on fact and not mostly emotion, which is what I was doing, I would suggest that you get a DNA test for your dog. Kaya was being shown at PetSmart right down the street from me. It was a no-brainer. I was there early and picked her up first. Well, I was second. But I didn't put her back down, because as soon as you put that dog down, other people grab it and they go adopt it, and you were thinking of adopting it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I based my decision mostly on emotion. I'm going to make sure that you have more information than I did. The DNA test will give you a breakdown of all the different breeds that are in your ShiChi. Now, typically it will only be Chihuahua or Shih Tzu, but in my case, since I was going through an adoption rescue place called Mamco of Colorado, they weren't exactly sure. They were guessing she was a Chihuahua Shih Tzu mix. Based on the size of her paws, I assumed they were probably right. Based on a few of her facial features, I assumed they were probably right. But I didn't know. Through PetSmart, where I had a plan at the time, they did automatically a DNA test on my little puppy. And I found out that she's about 40 some odd % Shih Tzu and another 40 some odd % of Chihuahua. And the remaining, maybe 18 or a little less % was Poodle. So that told me a lot, I realized, as soon as I read that. And I started doing some research on the two different breeds, which I really hadn't done a lot of before. And you are going to benefit from that research today. So let's talk about the personality traits in the two different breeds. And then I'll use Kai as an example in the end. The Shih Tzu is a very dignified, trusting, confident, friendly, and cuddly dog. And they're as cute as they can be. On the other hand, the Chihuahua, also cute but considerably smaller, is lively, confident, fiercely courageous, and self-reliant. Oh, that's an overview of both personalities. But the specifics are what you need to think about and realize that your dog, if you don't do a DNA test, it's you just don't know how much of each breed they inherited. So you'll need to know these personality characteristics of each breed. Both breeds like to be the center of attention. Now that may really appeal to you, and it may not, because when they want to be the center of attention, they kind of keep you from focusing on anything else. They want to play, they want to talk, they want to cuddle, they want you to scratch their head or their belly. They're just very busy and getting you to pay attention to them. Now, I personally like that. Some people don't. So know that both breeds are that way. The ShiChi is good with other pets in the house. The Chihuahua may not be. It just depends. A full-blood Chihuahua usually has a little bit of difficulty getting along with other dogs. By the same token, a ShiChi will get along with everybody in the family, although they may have a favorite. But a Chihuahua picks one person in the family, and that's their tribe of one. The ShiChi is a good watchdog in that they will tell you when something's going on outside the front door or in the neighborhood. If they hear, they have excellent hearing like all other dogs, and they will tell you if there's something going on outside that may need your attention. The Chihuahua will do that as well, but the Chihuahua has an added trait, and that is being a guard dog. And because, like I said, they're fiercely courageous, and they will go after anything they consider as a threat to themselves or to you, their person, which causes them to sometimes lunge and bark inappropriately on walks, particularly. Potty training, both breeds have a little difference there too. The Chihuahua is rated smarter on the intelligence level of the two dogs, and the Chihuahuas may be easier to train and quicker to train. However, the Shih Tzu, Kaya learned pretty quickly what I wanted her to do, but she, like the Chihuahua, has a stubborn side and wasn't exactly sure she wanted to go potty where I wanted her to potty. So the truth is, I couldn't trust Kaya for about 10 months. And even today at 15 months, if she's not in my vision and I'm consumed with cooking or watching TV, I still check on her quite often. Although her accidents are almost down to zero, I still check because I just don't want that to become a habit. And what I meant about the fierceness of a Chihuahua can be a problem on a walk is something that Kaya does as well. So I assume this is the Chihuahua side of her personality that's coming out. It's not uncommon for Kaya to go on a walk with me and see another dog and start pulling on her leash and trying to lunge at that other dog and their owner. Now, this is not okay with me. So that I realize that is a personality trait of hers, and I am working on training to keep her from doing that. And this is a great segue into, if you are interested in online training that you can do in the comfort of your home by a professional, please take a look down below this video at the link for Dunbar Academy. They were giving some of that training away for free for a while. I don't know if they're still doing that, but they're well worth a look. So check out that link. I referred a minute ago to the intelligence level of the two dogs. Now, I'm not just pulling that out of the air. Back in 1994, a man by the name of Stanley Coren wrote a book entitled The Intelligence of a Dog. Now, he segmented it down to 138 breeds, and in those breeds, he rated, based on a lot of factors, how intelligent they were. If you want to know more about that book, I've also put a link under the video about that you can order it through Amazon right off my link. But he deemed that the Chihuahua was 125th out of 138 breeds in intelligence, and the only reason the Chihuahua got that low of a rating is because they are quite stubborn, more stubborn than a Shih Tzu. The Shih Tzu, however, was rated at 128 out of 138, so that pretty much says, based on his observations and an educated opinion, the Shih Tzu isn't the smartest dog out there. That's good information to know. The smartest dog is the Border Collie, and the least smart dog is the Afghan Hound. And one of the things he based his intelligence test on is how many repetitions did it take for the dog to understand what you were trying to train. The very intelligent dogs, it took them about 5 repetitions to completely understand your command and remember it. The other dogs, as you go down the list, it just took more time. I almost forgot to mention that is very important is how much destructive chewing can you expect from each breed? Well, when they're puppies, a lot, because puppies are teething and they chew through everything they can. It was noted that the Chihuahua onto the right things to chew. So my choice there is to keep a lot of nylabones around, as well as Kongs full of their kibble, their normal kibble for the day, what I would consider their breakfast or their dinner. That keeps them busy because a lot of the chewing as they become adults comes from boredom. So Kong filled with their evening meal or their morning meal is perfect to keep the boredom down, to give them something to do, and to chew on when they're finished. So they don't choose the bar stool leg, for instance. The Chihuahua is on the list of maybe having some chewing issues even long into adulthood. But again, if you train properly and give them the right things, they'll learn to go to those things. In fact, Kaya has learned to love her Kong because it means happiness, it means food, it means a chew toy, it means something to do for 30 minutes, and it gives me the peace of mind that she's busy and I can move on to things I need to do without her needing to be part of the center of my attention. So I want to finish with Kaya's DNA test. I told you she was 40-something% Shih Tzu and 40-something% Chihuahua. Does her personality pan out to that? Pretty much. I mean, I would say most of the traits that I have mentioned today, Kaya has about half of the Shih Tzu side and half of the Chihuahua side. The only thing that I think she was overboard on was the fact that she was a yappy dog. Yapped at everything. And another video, I talk about that. And I used a device that you'll find out about in that video that I'll put that at the end of this video as well for you to link onto. But it was a device that I used that she just quit the barking like that. And it was wonderful. And it saved me from having to move to a different dock in the summers when we're on our boat. It was so bad. People were starting to give us dirty looks. That was not a good experience. But we took care of it and it's over. She can also be like a Chihuahua in that she can have that stubbornness of a Shih Tzu and Chihuahua. For instance, I was trying to get her into the office the other day to record a video and she didn't want to come. She had other ideas in mind. She wanted to walk, she wanted to play with her toy, she wanted me to go downstairs. She had lots of things she wanted me to do, but none of them were to let me work. And that persisted for about an hour. And finally, when my husband came home, I just said, please, I've got 30 more minutes in the office. Can you take care of this dog for me? Because it was, trying to get anything done was just almost impossible. Okay, that takes care of this video. Please check the description below for links for things I've talked about. Watch the screen coming up for more videos that you will be interested in. Thanks for watching.